of us. And that single thought might be anything, but it always starts from separation, from some kind of negativity that has started from one thought but led to this entire world of extreme negativity that we are seeing in every single direction. And some of us might even feel responsible for what is going on surrounding us, but have no idea how we started it, what happened, and what we can do to prevent it in the future. Understand that violence is much like a virus. Starts out small. It might be something which you feel, yes, that's right, actually. But as it grows, it becomes into something uncomfortable, uncontrollable. And you will not even realize it. Before you realize it, it has literally handicapped the entire population, the global population, separated, isolated, country by country, and has ultimately been the source for so much destruction. The minute we feel that there is something that is separate from us or against us, that minute we are creating that violence. And always the violence, like a virus, is never is always seemingly negligible, meaning you can just probably throw it away and you feel that it's not that important, you don't need to address it right now. But ultimately it grows into something that you cannot control, and you feel at the end, I wish I had have addressed this when I could, when it was under my hand. When you understand different kinds of these different kinds of streams of thought, how violence is sourced, where it starts from, it ultimately brings solution. And even the highest forms of violence that we see, including violence against women today, gender-based violence and femicide, always start, even institutionalized patriarchy, always starts from normalized forms of the misogyny and different kinds of sexualization and objectification of women. Whatever we are seeing, the different kinds of violence started out different kinds of violence against women between countries or between in the nation at large, in the whole community. It always starts again in our intimate homes, in our neighborhoods, and from in between two people. And before that, it always starts inside of one person. In Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we understood from the very beginning, the Hindu civilization and the ancient Hindu rishis understood the solution behind violence. They understood the forms of violence and the source of violence, and they knew that ultimately violence can be solved, healed, and removed, eliminated from society through consciousness and love, pure love from the consciousness. That is the science, the research, the development of the Hindu civilization, and what ultimately the Hindu civilization contributed to the world. Today, during this program, you will understand and experience how ultimately you can make violence in your life absolutely irrelevant with this Devi Parashakti Akashic reading program. Just because when you relate to the divine, as a mother, all violence simply becomes irrelevant, because you know ultimately you cannot show violence against existence, against life, against the universe, against another person in front of you, against the whole world, against society, especially when you understand that the divine is mother. And when you start seeing everything as your mother, you will understand that you literally belong to existence. You literally came from existence. What's the question? Where's the question of feeling separate, lonely, desperate, or orphan when you are being attended every moment and taken care by your mother, by the divine cosmic mother? In this program, you will experience just that, the shift in cognition between seeing everything around you as a separate and everything around you as something that is separate, and seeing everything around you as your own source, as your mother. And what difference it makes, you'll start to see in your life when you just shift that cognition. If you feel it's too difficult, don't worry. I can assure you that just as with one diksha, one darshan, the cognition that we have around us, that everything is against us, will simply change. And today you'll be experiencing the Bhava Samadhi darshan of Devi Parashakti. The Bhava Samadhi darshan is a way that you can awaken that costless bliss inside of you, the bliss that comes from the enlightenment experience itself, that comes from never being taking granted things in your life. And you will see how it manifests in such an amazing way. I welcome each and every one of you to this program once again, where you can experience even the Kundalini awakening, the awakening of the latent potential energy inside of you. You will see, you can even see up to 1300% level increase in your energy levels, in your inspiration, your newfound inspiration for life every single day. And this has been researched and shown to the world in several different experiments with the Kundalini awakening by the Avatar, by the Supreme Consciousness. And Devi Parashakti is manifesting through the Supreme Consciousness of Hinduism out of her love and extreme compassion for each and every one of us, to grant us boons, to take care of us in every different level of ourselves, and to reveal our past, present, and future, to guide us in this extremely difficult time. I understand that so many of you are going through something in your life and unable to find solutions. There are so many spiritual solutions, and it is time that we stop looking outside in social institutions, in different kinds of ideas that are presented to us by the society, by the community at large, and start to look in, because that is where it all started first. Today, before we go on to the next segment of today's program, I would like to briefly take a few minutes to introduce to each and every one of you the way that you can be introduced today to the divine cosmic beings manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, and as well, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the incarnation of Paramashiva, recognized from birth as the incarnation of Paramashiva, and imbibing the science of science of power manifestation and the science of temple-based lifestyle, as well as the science of spiritual alchemy, and imbibe this science from a young age, from his gurus, from the ancient Guru Parampara, and ultimately is today successfully revived that for the global Hindu diaspora and for the whole humanity at large to experience and achieve the superconscious breakthrough. And as well, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the 14 ancient kingdoms, including being the ordained Guru Mahasannidhanam, the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Tonde Mandalam Adinam, the Kanchi Kailas Sarvagnapitam, and as well the incumbent emperor of the Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, and as well the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam, the Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Shamalapita Sarvagnapitam, the Madurai Adinam, and as well the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the reviver of so many different forms of the Hindu sciences, and with over 300 books which Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored himself in either English, in Tamil or Sanskrit, and has then further translated these into 50 further languages. And as well, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atal Akada and the Mahamandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akada, and these are two of the ancient epic governing bodies of Hinduism, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is officially coronated as the Mahamandaleshwar and Acharya Mahamandaleshwar. And as well, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has founded and revived over 100 Sarvagnapitas, and has, through his spiritual discourses, more than 20,000 hours of spoken, and as well as initiations and so many different class sessions and programs, had made himself available for the whole humanity through more than 20,000 hours of discourses, which are all available on YouTube, on Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And as well, you'll be able to see all of this and be able to explore on Nithyanandapedia as well. And it's such a pleasure, such a beautiful way that you can be introduced to the avatar and start connecting with the incarnation of Paramashiva himself. And as you can see, I am so happy to be able to announce to each and every one of you that we will be having the grace, the blessing of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Devi Parashakti on this extremely special occasion of Varalakshmi Vratam. And we'll be having the special live darshan of Devi Parashakti on this occasion for Varalakshmi Vratam. And I wish you all an auspicious Varalakshmi Vratam, as I'm sure so many of you are celebrating and deeply cognizing, celebrating in all different forms this extremely auspicious occasion. So once again, we will be having the divine Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Devi Parashakti in just a few hours. And I'm very excited to be able to announce and eagerly awaiting this, as I'm sure many of you also are. So now we are joined by the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasan, who will be guiding a segment of today's program. The Nithyananda Gurukul Balasans will be showing us the demonstration of extraordinary Shaktis. The demonstration of the innate superhuman capabilities that each and every one of us have, that each and every one of you have. And after today's initiation, what could even manifest as your reality. So stay tuned And we will be entering into the next segment of today's program in just a few short minutes. Yes, now we have joining with us Nithyananda Paramashivam, Ma Yoga Pranar, Ma Viraja. It's always so beautiful to see your faces and you here today. So you can go ahead and be introducing to each and every one of the viewers the possibility that lies ahead of them, which you have been able to demonstrate just with the mere initiation of the Supreme Consciousness with them.
Yes, thank you so much, Panitya Sadashiva Priyananda, for that beautiful introduction. And all of us are going to be graced by Devi Parashakti herself today. So let us at 6 a.m. IST. So let us now move on into the next segment, which is the segment of the power manifestation, where all of you will be witnessing the extraordinary Shaktis of Paramashiva being manifested by the Balasins of the Nithyananda Yogis. So today, you will be witnessing the Balasins, the Nithyananda Yogis, the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, demonstrating the powers of third eye and sharing with all the experiences and results of these extraordinary manifestations happening through us just with Diksha, the initiation from the avatar. So in today's program, in this segment, you will be witnessing the following powers of third eye and body scanning. The power of third eye is where one awakens the ability to be able to see through the cosmic browsing center, which is located between the brows, and can access any information through the third eye. And the second power, which all of you will be witnessing, is the power of body scanning, which is the power where one awakens the ability to scan diseases, illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues. Not only that, reveal the root cause of the problem and even give a solution for the problem. And before we witness these extraordinary Shaktis being manifested today, let us understand what are Shaktis and let us see how we can awaken them inside of us so we also can have this experience. So, what are Shaktis? In the Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis. Manifesting powers, Shaktis, is described as a method, as a system and a science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to the various states of consciousness. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are the divine and that you need to manifest the divine, not from the cognition that you are a man that you need to reach the divine. So let us see the difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. What are Shaktis and what are Siddhis? Shaktis are the powers which express and manifest from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection and high integrity with the divine. And Shaktis are the source of enlightenment. Siddhis are the powers that manifest from deep tapas, intense tapas or penance for enlightenment. Siddhis are on the path of enlightenment. Shaktis expressed through ordinary human beings in extraordinary ways, just with the initiation from the avatar. And Shaktis are permanent. Siddhis, whereas, are not permanent and they may divert you from enlightenment. So, who is the source of all these Shaktis? All of you might be thinking, how do we manifest all these Shaktis? Who is the source? How do we get all these Shaktis? Paramashiva. Paramashiva is the source of all these Shaktis. He is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. As the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, or the 5 cosmic acts of Srishti, creation, sthiti, sovereign rulership and maintenance, samhara, rejuvenation, Robhava, pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, liberating grace for all living entities. And Paramashiva himself has come down in the form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, as the 1008th living incarnation and representation of Paramashiva and the revival of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization and nation, which is a great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. It is where the science of enlightenment, the science of power manifestation, was lived and taught as a lifestyle. And for the first time in modern day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is reviving these sciences and transmitting it to the world at a record-breaking speed, which was never accomplished before. And Paramashiva himself has come down and has been recognized as an incarnation at a very young age. Swamiji was recognized, trained, and taught these sciences by the Guru Parampara, by all the enlightened gurus. All of you can see, all the enlightened gurus, Mata Vivekananda Puri, Pundi Swamigal, Isakti Swamigal, Annamalai Swamigal, Kanchi Paramacharya, and so many of these gurus who have initiated Swamiji just so he can revive this science from the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga, Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva Jnana, and Paramashiva Vijnana. So all of you will be thinking, so how to awaken this divine entities in each and every one of us? So Swamiji says very beautifully that every jnana, which is the ultimate truth, map into your consciousness, which is prajna, manifest as a power and possibility of every being, which is prajna. So let us now watch a short clip. Like all of you will be wondering how these divine powers have been transmitting to each and every one of us. You'll be thinking, like incarnation comes down, you're born with the powers. But how do we human beings actually get these powers? Like all of us want it, right? So it is through the power of Diksha, which is initiation. So let us now watch a short clip on what exactly is Diksha and what are the benefits. This video actually very elaborately explains what effect and what impact the Diksha has, not only in our physical body, even physiological, everything, mental state, everything, it has an impact, and even science has proven it. So let us now watch this video and understand more about this science.
Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarvasamapi Dikshanam Muktihi Phalamakhanditam Avirodhat Bhavantyeva Prasangyastu Bhuktayaha. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership, and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi Diksha Vihinasya na siddhihi na cha sadgatihi tasmat sarva prayatnena guruna dikshito bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, power, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyan.
Yes, with a beautiful video which explained very beautifully how the science of initiation has an impact, has an effect on us. Let us now see how this very science, the power manifestation science, is authenticated through the four aspects of evidences or pramanas. So the four evidences, the four pramanas are the Shastra Pramana, which is the eternal unchangeable truth that are revealed in the source scriptures. The next is the Apta Pramana, or the experiences and results of Aptas, or the authorities of Hinduism. The Vedic rishis and scientists who have time tested and also verified this science. Third is the Atma Pramana, or the account of Swamiji, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. This millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. And last is the Pratyaksha Pramana, or the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. So all of you might be wondering, where do we get all these shastras from? Where do we get all these scriptures from? And how are we sure that they are actually something which has happened and not made of stories? We get all these Shastra Pramanas from the Vedas, which is a living applied science. Vedas are the ultimate superior authorities for Hindus, and they are the pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology, the applied science is expanded. Vedas and Agamas, Vedagamas, are given the status of Shruti as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva. They are the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truths. And any reference cited from these Shastras or the source scriptures is called a Shastra Pramana. So without further delay, let us get ready to witness an extraordinary demonstration by the Balasins of the Nithyananda Gurukul. So before we move on, let us enter into the Shastra Pramana, which is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Kapalantarmanonyasa tishtannilita kramena manaso dadyat lakshaye lakshamuttamam. The translation goes, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the ground center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source Paramashiva. The next is the Atma Pramana, where Bhagavan Shri Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye. So this is where all our ancestors have actually manifested this power. It goes back to the time of Dwapar Yuga, where the Mahabharata war happened, and where Bhagavan Shri Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye. And Arjuna beautifully in the 11th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna beautifully narrates and describes the complete cosmic form of Bhagavan Shri Krishna as he sees it through the third eye. So Bhagavan Krishna beautifully says to Arjuna, Natu mam shakyase drashtum anenaiva svachakshu divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. The translation goes, but you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. That were I grant you the divine third eye. Behold my cosmic opulence. And the next is the Atma Pramana, where Swamiji beautifully shares in his own words on how
Inside and out.
third eye power. Let's now watch a short clip.
inside and outside broke. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree, 10 direction, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience. I felt that the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. The setting sun, rising moon, the whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, trees, everything, just became so alive. The idea, something is inside.
Yes. So let us now see the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. So the study measures compare the metabolic cell activity of the brain in the conscious and meditative states using the PET, which is the positron emission tomography. So when doing daily activities, high activity is measured in the brain where the third eye is located, and when Swamiji is in the deep state of Samadhi, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. So without further delay, let us get ready to witness the extraordinary demonstration by the Balasans of the Nithyananda Gurukul themselves, who will be showing and demonstrating how this extraordinary Shakti is manifested just with the initiation from the avatar. So now I request the slides to stop being projected. All of you will now be witnessing the demonstration. All of you can see I have a medically tested eye band with me, and in front is a complete opaque sheet, and behind is a thick sponge, and you can see that there is no gap under the eye band at all, and there is no possible way of light entering this eye band at any cost. And Balasant, who will be demonstrating this extraordinary Shakti, is Maniti Virijananda, who is 16 years old, and she has been in the Nithyananda Gurukul for past 9 years now, and she is going to be demonstrating this power to all of you today. Yes. So now all of you can see I'm unstrapping the eye band in front of the camera, and I am placing it on Mavarika's eyes. Mavarija, are you comfortable? Yes. So as all of you can see, Mavarija is completely comfortable with the eye band, and there is no possible way of light entering. I request you to turn to your right, left, up, and down. Yes. So you can, all of you can see that there is no possible way of light entering the eye band. And now I request the YouTube comments to be projected.
Actually, I would like to compliment all the viewers who are watching us live right now that around me there's no sorts of audio devices like speakers, microphones, or there's nobody around me other than my my co-host, my yoga prana. Yeah, only she's there. Actually, she can authenticate by saying that yes, actually there's nothing around me. Only a projector where I'll be reading the comments live.
Yes. So, Mavirija, you can go ahead and start reading the chats from the comment section. I request the comment section be scrolled down a little bit. Yes.
So the latest comment which is posted in Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel is posted none other than Ma Nithyananda, and she has posted blessed and beautiful browsing center blossoms and blooms and I and a full stop. Nithyananda Virida and a smiley face. Yes, Nithyananda, welcome back. Actually, nice to meet you back again.
Yeah. So you're an everyday customer. Yes. And Ma Virija has correctly read out whatever Ma Mahajalandhara Sitananda has posted in the chat section. And all of you can see how Ma Virija was so confident with what she read. There was no doubt, oh, I think it is this or I think it is this. She was very confident. Mahajalandhara Sitananda has posted this and this is what emoji she has posted. So she was very confident about it. That is the power of the third eye. That is how it is manifested by the Balasins. Yes. Mavirija, you can go ahead and continue.
So in the Facebook comment section, lately is posted by Pargunan Nithyananda has posted Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and Malati Kanadi has posted I request body scanning and healing, and thank you. Sure, ma, Maladi, you will be having the power of body scanning. We'll be scanning you in the next few minutes.
Yes. Ma Malati, just by the blessings and grace of Swamiji, immediately after this power manifestation of Mavirija demonstrating this power of third eye, you will be witnessing the power of body scanning being manifested by the Balasins of the Nithyananda Gurukul. So do not worry, we'll surely be doing a body scanning. And yes, Mavirija, you can continue reading the comments.
And Satish Rani has posted just a minute ago an emoji where a girl with pink colored hair is holding a heart.
Wow. Even that, Mavirija was so confident. And it was just what ever Paramashiva reveals, it is just a trust with Paramashiva. Yes, Mavirija, you can continue reading.
Yes, Salim G has posted in YouTube Nithyananda and Namaskar emoji and 2 hearts and a mushroom and a girl with dark skin. And Ma Mahajalandhara has posted lol, yes. Everyday customer indeed and a laughing emoji.
Yes, Ma Mahajalandhara is an everyday customer and always helps us out with the body scanning and everything. Yes, Ma, thank you.
And yes. Balasins and exclamation mark. Gratitude for the wonderful information about the Vedas and the Agamas and 2 Namaskar emoji.
Yes. Actually, Sanjaya, all this, if you can actually see, if you read the Guru Gita, beautifully says that any Guru, whether you're enlightened, whether you're incarnation or no, if you are transmitting some knowledge to the world, it always has to be acid washed, because the experience you might have specifically will be good for you, but not for the whole world. So Swamiji exactly does that. Any experience he had, Swamiji had the experience of the third eye vision, but he completely acid washed it with the Shastra Pramana and the Apta Pramana, and then only he gave it out to the world as Sakshi Pramana. Till then, Swamiji did not reveal it. Only after acid washing it, Swamiji revealed it. So it is everything, all these segments you will be seeing, the power manifestation, everything is directly from the Vedas and Agamas. We have Shastra Paramanas and everything, full proof for it. So it is completely authenticated through the Shastra Paramanas. Yes, that was a very beautiful demonstration of the power of third eye. Now I am removing the IBAN from Mavirija. Yeah. So now all of you can see the IBAN is completely intact. There is no change in the IBAN as I just put it on Mavirija. Yes, that was a very beautiful demonstration of the power of third eye. And please stay tuned for the upcoming power, which is the power of body scanning. And now let us enter into the Shastra Pramanas for this power.
So a little about this power of body scanning. Like if you're a newcomer, the power of body scanning is actually where the initiated disciples for the different for the Hinduism will have the ability to scan and reveal the diagnostic issues medically diagnosed and also provide the best way where you can get rid, where you can get rid of the disease through the awakened product. Now let us now see the Shastra Pramana reference to the power of body scanning, which comes from the Vijnana Tantra Sutra 50.
स्वदेहे जगतो वापि सूक्ष्म सूक्ष्मतराणि च तत्त्वानि यानि निलयम् ध्यात्वान्ते व्यज्यते परा. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in the source cause, Paramashiva, and by the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. The next is the Apta Pramana, which is from the life of a Siddha named Terayar. Terayar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agatya. One day, a man suffering from a severe headache comes to Agatya for healing. Agatya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small tere, a type of frog, sitting in the person's brain. And Agatya immediately instructs Terayar, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. And remember, this is 5,000 years ago. Terayar successfully completes the surgery. The man is completely healed from the headache, and the disciple gained the name Terayar. And third is the Atma Pramana, which is from the life of Swamiji himself. On the 22nd of December 2019, Swamiji beautifully shares, only when I had a multiple compound hand fracture was I forced to go for checkups and surgery. And at that time, I detected heavy metal quantity in different organs of mine, and it was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poison. Through the body scanning, I found out what the problems and imbalances had happened and where the balance had to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion just to verify my findings. Swamiji beautifully manifests the power of body scanning and Sushada, going beyond pain. And last is the Sakshi Pramana. All of you will now be witnessing the live demonstration of the power of body scanning by the Balasins of the Nithyananda Guru.
So if you want a body scan, like how to say,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Post your comments in the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel and the HDH Stadium Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page, and you can definitely get a body scanning done.
And if you're very eagerly waiting at the body scan, the latest comment which comes up first, and we'll be doing the scanning. So go ahead and post your comments, and for those of you who have posted their comments in Facebook and the YouTube channel after a short break.
Okay, now I'm back with the Balasins of the Nithyananda Gurukul, Maniti Brahmayogananda and Masoni who is going to be demonstrating this extraordinary Shakti to all of you today. Now, I request the YouTube comments to be projected. And all of you will be witnessing the Balasins right in front of you, demonstrating how the power of body scanning can be manifested just by connecting to Paramashiva. The Balasins will be able to scan your body and reveal any problems you are having. And not only that, reveal even the root cause of the problem. They will be able to reveal why the problem started in your body in the first place. So I request the YouTube comments to now be projected. And yes. So okay, so Ma Mahajalandhara Nithyananda has posted, I look after my elderly father, 80. I am always home, but needed to go to the store for Ekadashi yesterday. Past people in store and got scared about Corona. Please scan for the virus in my body. Yes, ma, we'll surely be doing a body scanning. And yes, Swamiji has initiated all the Balasins into the power of scanning whether the person has COVID-19 or no. And you will be witnessing this power being manifested soon. Till then, Ma Brahma Yoga will be doing a body scanning and revealing any problem that Paramashiva reveals in the body. And Chaniji has requested for body scanning. And before that, can we move on to the Facebook comments? I remember seeing one person post a request for the body scanning. I request the Facebook comments to now be projected. So Ma Malati has requested for a body scanning. So you can do body scanning for Ma Malati, Asoni. And yes, I request the Facebook comments to be scrolled to the above previous comments. I request the previous comments in Facebook to be projected. I request the previous comments in Facebook to be projected. Okay. So we can go back down to the latest comments. Yes, Ma Soni, you can go ahead.
Nithyananda Malati, Ma Paramashiva revealed that you need really lots of water in your body. Now you are having stomach ulcers. So Paramashiva revealed that drink at least 5 liters, your stomach ulcers will be completely healed.
Okay. And yes, Ma Malati, that was a scanning for you. I request you to get back in the chat section. And you have requested for a body scanning for Jagannath Kannade, and you have his consent. Yes, Ma, surely we'll be doing a body scanning. Ma Soni, you can go ahead and do the body scanning for Jagannath Kannade. And Ma Brahma Yoga, you ready? Yes, you can go ahead.
Yes, so Ma Mahajalandhara Nithyananda, Paramashiva revealed to me that that your immune system is actually quite strong already, but he revealed that that for you to strengthen it even more, start taking bath with cold water in the morning. No, stop using warm water and start using cold water while you take bath. And also from 3 meals, reduce it to 2 meals a day. If you follow these 2 things, you'll see that your immune system starts becoming really strong and you'll also start becoming really active.
Yes, and one more thing, Ma, Paramashiva just revealed it to me. Paramashiva revealed to put turmeric in the water which you're taking bath with and start drinking hot water, like a boiled tulsi in water, and start drinking hot water and you'll be completely fine. So I request you also to get back in the chat section. I request the YouTube comments to now be predicted. Okay. Yes, Ma Soni, before you go ahead, Paramesh Arumugam has requested for body scanning. Brahma Yoga, you can do body scanning for Paramesh Ayya.
Nithyananda, I did the body scanning for Jagannath Kannade. Paramashiva revealed that you are having clarity in your teeth area. So So for that Parameshwara is telling us to brush with Parashakti twice a day. Once when you get up, and second time when after eating, after having your last meal, and in the last brush with Haritaki after having all your meal. And second thing, Parameshwara revealed that your this neck region is really weak. Yeah, Parameshwara revealed that you have to do a massage with mustard oil, warm mustard oil.
Okay, yes, and I request Facebook comments to be projected. This was for
Jagannath.
so, Ma Malati, I request you to get back. Ma Soni just revealed the body scanning for Jagannath Ayya. And yes. And yes, Ma Brahmayaga, you can also go ahead.
Yes, so I did the body scanning for Parameshwara, and Parameshwara revealed to me that Parameshwara revealed to me that kidney stones are starting to form in your body. So what you should do is immediately start with water. 1 cup of tulasi water and 1 tablespoon of castor oil with hot water. If you follow this solution every day, the kidney stones will automatically break and dissolve, and you'll be completely fine.
So that was beautiful scanning. Paramesh Arumugamaya, I request you to get back. And Sanjay Vikari Ayya, Ma Soni is doing the body scanning for you. So yes, you can go ahead.
Nithyananda Sanjay Ayya, Parameshwara revealed that you are having really weak immune system. Ayya. So Parameshwara revealed that to build your immune system. Parameshwara revealed that to build your immune system. Take green juice in the morning, the empty stomach, and have castor oil also.
Yes, that was a very beautiful body scanning. Yes, so I request all of you who have gotten the body scanning to get back in the chat section, whether you were able to relate with the scanning. And Paramashiva has beautifully revealed this through their third eye, and they have even revealed a solution and what to do to solve this problem. See, if you have any problem, you'll go to the doctor, right? And example, you have a cough or something, you'll go to the doctor, and the doctor will diagnose you with some problem, cancer, disease, whatever. And the doctor can give you medicines. But the one thing which the doctor can do is reveal the root cause of the problem. Why that problem started in your body. All of you know, our body is very mysterious, as we have just a small cancer can be related to the HDH you're holding, the self-hatred, and any disease you have or any skin problem you have can be related to mother incompletion or some childhood incompletion. So our body is very mysterious, and the one thing which the doctor cannot find out is the root cause of the problem. And the speciality of the third eye is that the third eye will reveal the root cause. Sometimes you will not be able to even relate with the body scanning. But Paramashiva reveals something completely different, because he is revealing the root cause of why the problem even started in your body in the first place. And for that, Paramashiva reveals a solution. And Ma Mahajalandhara Nithyananda has gotten back in the YouTube, HDH Nithyananda YouTube section, that I request the YouTube comments to be projected. That thank you, Ma Brahma Yoga and Ma Yogaprana. Yes, I do have a strong immune system. Paranoia and fear are not nice. I tend to have warm showers, so now we'll do cold bucket bath and add turmeric to it. And she has also gotten back telling me also drink the tulsi water. It's been in my mind recently to do that. I'm still getting my gut fixed, but once it's back on track, I will do 2 meals or even 1. Okay. Yes, Ma, just follow whatever Paramashiva reveals and you will be completely healed. And remember, Swamiji is always there protecting you. So don't be in the fear or anything. Trust Swamiji always. And Ma Sanjay Vikari Ayya has gotten back telling thank you. Paramashiva's advice will be well followed. Yes, thank you Ayya for getting that. And Paramesh Arumugam has gotten back telling thank you. Yes, we thank all of you for getting back. And now it's time. We are going to be concluding this session. And we thank all of you for joining us in this segment of the Power Manifestation. And you can always join back every day at 2 a.m. IST and 4 p.m. IST to witness this manifestation segment. The extraordinary Shakti is being demonstrated. And please stay tuned as we are going to have the special live Bhavasmadhi Darshan of Devi Parashakti herself at 6 a.m. IST 20th August and 5:30 p.m. PS 19th August. So we thank all of you for joining us. Thank you, Nithyananda. We'll be having Ma Madhura joining with us, who will be teaching all of us about the divine feminine consciousness and who is Devi Parashakti and much more.
Yes, Nithyananda, everyone.
Yes, Nithyananda Ma Madhura, please go ahead.
Yes, I request the entity volunteer to check the next episode. Yes. So now in this next segment, we will be learning about the divine feminine consciousness, about who is Devi Parashakti. So let us first look at the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, which comes from the Lalita Sahasranama. Sindhuraruna vigraham trinayana manikya mauli spurate taranayaka shekharam smitamukhi mapina vakshoruham Panibhyam alipurna ratna chashakam raktotpalam bhibratim saumyam ratna katastha rakta charanam dhyayet paramambika. And the translation for this verse is: the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body with triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies, studded with the crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. And the other verse, which also comes from the Lalita Sahasranama, Arunam karunam tarangatakshim dritapashankusha pushpabana chapam animadi viravritam ayukaihi rahamityeva vibhavaye bhavani. And the translation for this is: I meditate on the great empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the noose, the good, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as anima for rays, and she is the self within me. And Devi Parashakti is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb that come out and go in, and the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, the source energy, the source power from which all of us came, in which all of us are in even now, and in which all of us are going to merge. And today, out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatar of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanan, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And in the words of Devi Parashakti, she beautifully says, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Shrimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in 40 triangles, the Kailasha Swami is in Kailasha, Shri Purachintamani, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Parashodasi sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari who rules the world. Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi as Nithyananda, Nijavatara here, to give good boons to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranya Garbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajyalakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi, taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion and blessing, listen people, to do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And again, Devi Parashakti beautifully says, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing as four Vedas, expanding as five Panchabhutas, beyond six chakras, filled as Gotras of seven Rishis, expanding as five Panchabhutas, beyond six chakras, filled as Gotras of seven Rishis, existing as nine, expanding as eight directions, existing as nine Grahas, blossoming as 10 Indriyas, being as 11 Rudras, creating all the worlds to tell and make truth blossom and to do good. Parashorasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. And now let's see how we can receive Devi Parashakti. So literally we're seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there on your screen, so always receive her very traditionally. You can keep 2 betel leaves, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and a coin in front of the screen as you receive Devi Parashakti. And for those of you who don't know, the coin is actually considered dakshina in the Hindu tradition. It can be the lowest value. In India, it can even be just 1 paise. In the US, it can even be just a cent. Swamiji says, I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. And you can offer that to Devi Parashakti. And once the darshan is over, you can do namaskar and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and the betel nut, taking it as prasadam immediately. And the coins that you collect, you can send it to the Los Angeles temple for the further procedures. And some of you might be wondering how this betel leaf and betel nut may benefit you, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, how will it benefit you? So this betel leaf and betel nut may look too small, but in a few days, you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really Devi Parashakti is there. You will not take the Devi Darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful combinations. It will break your unconscious behavior. And now all of you can see how you can set up your tambulam. You can set up the 2 betel leaves, the 1 banana, the 1 betel nut, and the coin. You can set it up all in a plate. These are the 4 basic items, as you can see in the image. There are a few additional coconut, some kumkum, turmeric, bangles, and some flowers. So these 4 items, the betel leaf, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin, are the 4 basic items. But if you would like, you can also keep the additional items. So you can set up everything up in a plate, keep it in front of the screen, and receive Devi Parashakti when she comes for the darshan. And with that, we come to the conclusion of this segment where we have learned who is Devi Parashakti and how you can receive Devi Parashakti when she comes for the darshan. So with that, we'll now be moving to the next segment of this program where we will be seeing what Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic and how important it is to understand, internalize, and follow what Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings. So with that, we'll be back after a really short break to move on to the next segment.
I mean by the word e-Kailasa? Listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole plan.
Nithyananda, welcome back, dear viewers. Now we will be entering into the next segment where we will understand some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti for humanity. So, as we all know, humanity is still undergoing the effects of the cosmic surge, the Pralaya. Thousands of deaths due to the global pandemic and emerging fungal epidemic, along with the record numbers of natural disasters, have taken a huge toll on humanity's collective psyche, leading to an increase in poverty, malnutrition, depression, and mental health issues. So, what has caused this? Who is behind it? How could this have been avoided? What is the solution for this? In this segment, let us go through an analysis of Devi Parashakti's revelation on the cause and solution for this pralaya. As all of us know, over 4 million people have died over the course of this pandemic, and over 175 million people have been infected with COVID-19. Countries are the US, India, and Brazil. And the number of COVID cases in India alone has crossed well over 29 million. And the number of deaths due to COVID-19 has crossed well over 374,000, with 75 million people falling into poverty since the beginning of the pandemic. Now, these numbers are considered to be severely underreported, so the actual situation could be much worse than what we know. And India is not just suffering from this global pandemic, but the suicide and mental health issues as well. India is the 6th most depressed country in the world, and 6.5% of the population is suffering from some form of mental illness, and there is a rate of 10.9 for every 1 lakh people with suicide, and suicide is one of the biggest causes of death among the age group of 15 to 24 years. India is not just suffering from this ongoing pandemic, but several natural disasters have been affecting the country, including the cyclone in Kerala and recently the floods in Maharashtra. And as this pandemic continues on, there is a serious cause for concern for the third wave, which is to come very soon. So how could we have prevented this? How could we have avoided all of this? Baby Parashakti revealed on the 31st of May 2021 the reason for this ongoing. Let us listen to that revelation.
இரண்டாயிரத்திருபத்திரண்டு வரை இந்தியா செல்ல வேண்டாமா என்று கேட்கின்றாய். நன்றாய்த் தெரிந்துகொள், சொல்வதைப் புரிந்துகொள். இந்த பெருநரகமான கிருமி போஜனம் இந்தியாவிற்குள் வரக்கூடாது என்பதற்காக 2020 பாரதம் முழுவதும் 12 ஜோதிர்லிங்கமும் பாத யாத்திரை செய்திடவே என் மகன் மூலமாய் திட்டமிட்டிருந்தேன். படுபாவிகள் ஓடத்தின் மாலுமியை ஊர்விட்டு துரத்தினார்கள். என்ன நடக்கிறதென்று பார். முறையாக கைலாய நாட்டின் தலைவனாக நிறை மரியாதையொடு நல் மதிப்பொடு என் நிஜாவதாரம் நித்யானந்தன் திருவடி மீண்டும் பாரதத்தில் பட்டு பாத யாத்திரை செய்த பிறகு மட்டுமே நீ அங்கு செல்ல வேண்டும். அதுவரை உன்னை காத்து செல்லாதே. ஓம்.
So let us look at the translation of Devi's revelation. For this huge Devi Bhojanam hell not to come to India. In 2020 itself, I had planned to do the Padayatra throughout India and the 12 Jyotirlingas to my son Swami. They chased the captain of the ship out of the country. See what is going to happen. So let us go back to 2017 when the Supreme Court of Hinduism revealed the vision for the Padayatra that was to take place. Let us watch that video now.
Want to do 1 year Padayatra specially for this purpose in 2020. 2020, planning for a full year. I'm going to walk from Rameshwaram to Amarnath. 1 year with 10,000 people, just walking all over India to spend time with people. 2020, there will not be any program other than Padayatra and just spending time with people. Just walking. Of course, 10,000 people will be walking with me. Maybe 200 vehicles to carry our food and all the other items, transportation. Enjoying the river banks, forests, and time with nature. 10,000 people manifesting powers. Walking from village to village. What do you think will happen? The scene of Buddhism spreading will be repeated now. How the Buddhism spread. 10,000 monks walking from village to village. What will happen?
That's only monks. Here, power manifesting 10,000 people. The whole village will be manifesting powers. Just want to enjoy India and let India enjoy me. So planning for next year Kumbh Mela 2019, next year January Kumbh Mela. Before that, all the Balalayam, everything. Balalayam is going to be like the same structure outside with one stone tower, gold coated. It will be something like a 40 to 50 feet tall stone tower, and 5 Rajagopurams, which will be something like 120 feet. This will be the Balalayam. And after the Mulalayam is built, this Balalayam will serve as a Utsava Murti Sannidhi, where the Utsava Murtis will be worshipped and where the Archanas. See, in the main temple, there will not be any Archana or anything, because just for Darshan itself, there will not be time. Like Tirupati, you can only have Darshan and Arti, the camp for Arti. No other worship is allowed in the main temple. Because 12 Abhishekam is going to happen, 12 Kala Abhishekams. So continuously the rituals will be going on. People can have only darshan. They will not be able to involve themselves in any ritual. Other than darshan, nothing else will be allowed. So all the archana, all the other offerings, like people will offer the archanas and other, everything will be done to the Utsava Murti, which will be kept in the Balalayam, the present Balalayam, present structure. So people can spend time here. That will be more like a main darshan. This will be like energy darshan, where you can give letter, get response. So by next year, the Balalayam will be ready. So 2019 full year, I will be conducting the programs and everything. 2020 will be the one full year Padayatra, walking. From next year, Jayanti, means 2019's Jayanti to 2020's Jayanti. Full year, Jayanti to Jayanti will be Padayatra. Before that, we will make 10,000 people power manifestors. It will be sannyasi, brahmachari, grihastha, all put together. 10,000 people will be walking. What a scene it will be. I think that is the only way the revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma.
And Supreme Pontiff Hinduism revealed the vision for the Padayatra to take 10,000 power manifestors from Kanyakumari to Kashmir and to meet people where they are, to allow them to see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, be blessed by him. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was ready to give any solution for any problem for every single person, whether it's physical problem, mental problem, psychological problem, emotional problem. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was ready to attend to people where they are. This whole Padayatra would see a huge growth of Hinduism, like the seed of Buddhism spreading. We would see how Hinduism would once again be revived to its glory. And since the age of 10, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been enriching people and preparing them for this Padayatra, to save them from this pralaya, and to bring the superconscious breakthrough to them. And from that age, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been enriching and initiating the masses into the science of enlightenment through powerful discourses, initiations, and darshan. So over the next few slides, we will see some of the programs that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been conducting over the past 26 years and blessing people with. Here you can see in Vellore, Tamil Nadu in 2005. In Rastipuram in Tamil Nadu in 2005. In Namakkal in 2005. and in Salem in 2005. The Nithyananda program in Italy. The Birth Star celebrations in Tiruvannamalai in 2005. The Jayanti celebrations in Adi Kailash Sadhyatika. The Jayanti celebrations in Tiruvannamalai. The Nithyananda Spurana program in Chennai. The Guru Purnima celebrations in the Adi Kailash Sadhyatika. And each of these photos, you can see how many people are in attendance, how many people from different various backgrounds who are being blessed into the science of enlightenment. The Bhakti Spurana program, the Dhyana Spurana program, the Little Anandas program, which was blessing the youth into the science of enlightenment. The Saptayagam, which was Salem, which was a series of homas conducted by the Supreme Constitution, where he also guided disciples into the same homa. You can see the photos of the Supreme Constitution himself conducting the homas, as well as blessing people in homa. This was a huge offering to humanity. And the Nithyananda Spurana program in Adi Kailash Sadhyatika. The Nithyananda Spurana program in Salem. And all of these programs that Supreme Constitution held to guide people, to bless people, to prepare them for this superconscious breakthrough, to guide them through this process, and to prepare them for this re-energizing process. However, the anti-Hindu elements made it nearly impossible for the Supreme Conscious of Hinduism to do the Padayatra and the re-energizing process by driving the Supreme Conscious of Hinduism out of India. So let us listen to Devi Parashakti's revelations on the solution for this.
2022 வரை இந்தியா செல்ல வேண்டாமா என்று கேட்கின்றாய். நன்றாய் தெரிந்துகொள், சொல்வதை புரிந்துகொள். இந்த பெருநரகமான கிருமி போஜனம் இந்தியாவிற்குள் வரக்கூடாது என்பதற்காக 2020 பாரதம் முழுவதும் 12 ஜோதிர்லிங்கமும் பாத யாத்திரை செய்திடவே என் மகன் மூலமாய் திட்டமிட்டிருந்தேன். படுபாவிகள் ஓடத்தின் மாலுமியை ஊர்விட்டு துரத்தினார்கள். என்ன நடக்கிறதென்று பார். முறையாக கைலாய நாட்டின் தலைவனாக நிறை மரியாதையொடு நல் மதிப்பொடு என் நிஜாவதாரம் நித்யானந்தன் திருவடி மீண்டும் பாரதத்தில் பட்டு பாத யாத்திரை செய்த பிறகு மட்டுமே நீ அங்கு செல்ல வேண்டும். அதுவரை உன்னை காத்து செல்லாதே. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
And Devi revealed that only when the Supreme Conscious of Hinduism is received in India as the head of the Kailash with great reverence and respect, and is able to do the Padayatra and the re-energizing process of the 12 Jyotirlingas, only then will this Pralaya end in India. And as we look around, we see so much of destruction and suffering. We see what the great rishis of Vedic civilization had forewarned as the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga is considered to be the worst of the 4 yugas, where man will be his own worst enemy. In the Purva Purana, Saint Vyasa tells this Kali Yuga is the worst of the 4 yugas in all the ages. People are sinful and forget the dharma, the 4 varanas and the 4 ashramas. In fact, men are so sinful that no prescribed penance atones for their great sins. The only place which is free from sin is the great sacred city of Varanasi. And in the Purna Purana, it also states that Lord Rudra, Paramashiva himself, is the avatar for the Kali Yuga. And the translation of this word, Brahma is the presiding divinity or Devata for the Krita Yuga, the first cycle of time. In the Treta Yuga, the second cycle of time, it is Bhagavan Havi, Surya, and which appeared Sri Rama. In the Dvapara Yuga, the third cycle of time, the presiding divinity is Vishnu. And in the Kali Yuga, the fourth cycle of time, the current age, the presiding divinity, the avatar is Rudra, Lord Maheshwara, Mahasavasva himself. And on the 2nd of January, 1978, out of his deepest compassion to protect humanity, Paramashiva himself descended into the human form in the Nijavatara of the Supreme Concept of Buddhism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidana, whose divine Bhagavan Nithyananda. And if Paramashiva had waited even one more year to take a human form, if he had waited till 1979, it would have been too late for humanity. So let us understand what this means in the Supreme Concept of Buddhism's own words.
And I tell you, O Hindus, don't be afraid. I am back with the same signs. We are going to be rich. It is not lost. Just the last minute climax. Before it was going to be put off, have happened. (1979) would have been late. 1979 would have been late. If I had time, I would have sent only ambassadors. Because no time, I have to get up and come directly. O Hindus, feel blessed. Science is not dead. It is available. I have everything needed to bring that science back to life and establish its legitimacy.
And the Avatar's advent on the planet Earth was to protect the world from this great cosmic deluge, to bring the new age, the Satya Yuga. So let us listen to Devi Parashakti herself revealing about this.
ஓம் உலக மக்களே கேளுங்கள். கலி முற்றி கலி கழிந்து புதுயுகம் சத்தியயுகம் புறப்பட வேண்டிய காலம் வந்ததனால் வந்திருக்கின்றது இந்த பெரும் பிரளயம். கவலை வேண்டாம் மக்களே. நித்யானந்தன் வடிவம் தாங்கி நாமே இங்கு வந்திருக்கின்றோம். நித்யயுகம் செய்வோம், நித்யயுகம் சத்யயுகமாய் மலரும் இங்கு. ஆனந்தமாக இருங்கள்.
And the translation of Devi's revelation. People of the world, listen. The time has matured. The time has come, and it has matured into the time. Kali Yuga has matured, and over time, it has come for Satya Yuga to happen. So great Pralaya has come. Don't worry, people. In the form of Nithyananda, I myself have come here. I will make Nitya Yuga. Nitya Yuga will blossom as Satya Yuga. Be blissful. For this huge hell Gini Roja not come to India in 2020, I plan to do the Padayatra throughout the 12 Jyotirlinga through my son Swami. And in order to prepare for then the Padayatra at the mere age of 10. And the Supreme Constitution began enriching people one person at a time with the great truth from the sacred scriptures and the secrets of higher living. Even at the age of just 14, all of his classmates would follow the Yatra, where the Supreme Constitution led them from Kuriyatam, Tamil Nadu to Tiruvannamalai, the birthplace of the Supreme Constitution, and a huge pilgrimage site. And when the Supreme Constitution was around 19 years old, all his fellow classmates at the Ramakrishna Math recall the Yatra, where the Supreme Constitution led them from Chennai, Tamil Nadu to Tiruvannamalai, and gave them an unforgettable pilgrimage trip experience. And the Supreme Constitution continued walking the length and breadth of India, reaching more and more people, and preparing each one until the Supreme Constitution founded the international mission, the Nithyananda Sangha, and to revive Kailasa International on the 31st of December, 1999. And the Supreme Constitution established first Kailasa enlightenment ecosystem, the Viruchangota Adinam, on the 14th of April 2001. And here you can see the photos of the Supreme Constitution on the day of the inauguration, when he was just 23 years old. And in 2003, the Avatar continued his Vijayatra all over the world to enrich people from various backgrounds. And the Supreme Constitution's intensity and dedication for the people, even among crowds who do not understand English, the Supreme Constitution's voice resonated deeply with each being and moved each one to tears. Here you can see in Guadalupe and in Brazil, the people receiving Supreme Constitution with so much of gratitude and affection, despite not understanding any of his teachings necessarily. And in 2004, the Avatar led his disciples on the first Malayan Yatra, visiting temples, delivering satsangs, and initiating them into the super conscious breakthrough. And subsequently, the Avatar personally organized and led yearly yatras and guided individual souls, not just to physical spiritual sides, but to eternal spiritual realms. And in 2006, the Padayatras were taken to the next level with the Kodikan Padayatra, with crores of people participating, and each person impacted by Nithyanandeshwara and Nithyanandeshwari, who traveled from city to city, blessing each being who laid eyes on them. And here's a short clip of the Kodikan Padayatra, and you can see how much people were blessed to be in the presence of the Supreme Constitution, and how they are literally overjoyed to see just his very form. Radhayatra culminated with the consecration and inauguration of the Garba Mandir, the sanctioning for Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti, and the Vayungalinga in Adi Kailasa Sadhya Bangalore, India. And these deities were energized as Archavatars, radiate the energy of Paramashiva and Parashakti to create Adi Kailasa Sadhya as a ship to save humanity from this upcoming Pralaya and to bring them into the new age, the Satyuga. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism created innumerable spiritual energy centers throughout India as safe havens during this great deluge. And here are just three of them: the Kailasa in the jungle, the Adi Kailasa Satyuga, and the Kailasa in Hyderabad. And in 2008, the Avatar created and energized the Nithyananda Vaidya River with the Anandalingam, which would protect anyone who bathed in its waters from the deadly COVID-19. So let us watch a short clip of Supreme Concept of Hinduism performing Abhishek for the Anandalingam.
नमस्सहस्राक्षाय च जगधन्मने च नमो गिरिशाय विष्टाय च नमो मेढुष्टमाय च शुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयते च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृद्धने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नम आशवे च जिराय च नम शीघ्रियाय च शीघ्राय च नम ऊर्म्याय च वस्वन्याय च नम स्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नम पूर्वजाय च परजाय च नमो मध्यमाय च प्रगल्भाय च नमो च गण्याय च बुद्ध्याय च नमस्तोभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नम उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नम श्वोप्याय च वसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नम श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नम आशुषेणाय च आशुरथाय च नम शूराय च वभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरुथिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवथिने च नम श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रवृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने च शुधिमते च नमस्तीक्ष्णे च वेजायुधिने च नमस्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमस्कृत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूप्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईर्ध्याय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ओम नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमस्ताम्राय च अरुणाय च नमः शंगाय च वशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हन्यसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयोभवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः तीर्थ्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आदार्याय च लाद्याय च नमः षष्ट्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नमः ईरण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगंशिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ट्याय च
And in 2009, the Avatar held another Kori Radhayatra and garnered international attention, creating a movement where lakhs of Hindus were once again Let us watch a short clip.
போல நின்பதம் கண்ட என் மனம் நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே நின்முகம் நீனைந்து இங்கு நிர்மலமாகவே ஆனதே இதய சக்கரம் அனகதமும் இனிமையோடு திறந்ததே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே மற்றவர் கண்டு மறைகள் எல்லாம் கழன்று விசுத்தி அதுவும் அசுத்தியாய் பொறாமையோடிங்கு ஏக்கத்தோடப்பா புண்ணியம் எல்லாம் போனதே எரிந்தவயிரும் ஏக்கமும் சேர்த்து விசுத்தி அசுத்தியானதே விசுத்தியை தீர்க்க விமலனின் பதம் விரைந்து இங்கு வரவேணுமே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே ஆமை பூகுந்த எண்ணகந்தினை பொறாமை பூகாது காக்கவே
You can continue to the next slide, please. Wherever the avatar's feet have graced the planet Earth, there the seeds of super consciousness have been sown. With over 1,000 Kailas enlightenment ecosystems established all over the world, over 1 billion people have been enriched by the sacred secrets from our scriptures and blessed into the science of enlightenment. And in the next few slides, you'll just see some of the Kailas enlightenment ecosystems established by the Buddha to bless humanity, to guide them through the pralaya, and to create an ecosystem where the science of enlightenment can be shared. So the first that you see here is the Adi Nithyananda, the Kailasa Nido, which was the first Kailasa established by the Supreme Consciousness. The Adi Kailasa Sarvajñapita in Bangalore, India. The Kailasa in Tirunelveli. The Kailasa in Columbus, Ohio. The Kailasa in Los Angeles, California. The Kailasa in San Jose, California. The Kailasa in Seattle, Washington. The Kailasa in Houston, Texas. The Kailasa in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Kailasa in New York, the Kailasa in Washington, D.C., the Kailasa in Toronto, Canada, the Kailasa in Oklahoma City, California, or Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Kailasa in Phoenix, Arizona, the Kailasa in St. Louis, Missouri, the Kailasa in Oman, the Kailasa in Dubai, the Kailasa in London, the Kailasa in Scotland, UK, the Kailasa in Netherlands, the Kailasa in Slovakia, the Kailasa in Belgium, the Kailasa in Luxembourg, the Kailasa in Austria, the Kailasa in Germany, the Kailasa in Italy, the Kailasa in France, the Kailasa in Switzerland, the Kailasa in Mauritius, the Kailasa in South Africa, the Kailasa in Salem, the Kailasa in Hosur, the Kailasa in Patnam, the Kailasa in Varanasi, the Kailasa in Rajapalayam, the Kailasa in Hyderabad, the Kailasa in Kerala, and the Kailasa in Gujarat, which is the Yogi Service System. The Kailasa in Tiruvanmiyur, the Kailasa in Alankulam, the Kailasa in Tambaram, Chennai, the Kailasa in Avadi, Chennai, the Kailasa in Chennai again, the Melbourne, Australia, the Kailasa in New Zealand, the Kailasa in Singapore, the Kailasa in Kuala Lumpur, the Kailasa in Guadalupe, South America. And all of these Kailasa were created as a community to foster the scientific enlightenment, to bring a superconscious breakthrough for this for humanity and to guide them through this pralaya and to ensure humanity survives this great cosmic delusion. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism created the sovereign order of Kailasa with thousands of sannyasis with no discrimination against caste or religion. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiated thousands in the spiritual healing, who are actively healing millions all over the world. And over 2,500 satsang centers and Padaka mandirs have been established and operate as de facto entities of Kailasa. And the avatar has inspired millions to reclaim their Hindu-centric freedom. And thousands of padayatras have been conducted by the Hindu diaspora worldwide, honoring the hard work of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the revival of Kailasa. And each one silently being prepared for what was to come to the future. In Malaysia, planned a padayatra and executed successfully with thousands participating and the dying Hindu population being reinvigorated in Malaysia. And for every major festival, devotees from all over the world have conducted padayatras out of their sincere devotion and love for the avatar. In over the past 26 years, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has contributed immensely to humanity through various programs and has offered 1 billion free organic nutritious meals and continues to do so, and has enriched and reached over 1 billion people worldwide in 347 cities, 196 countries across 6 continents. And the Supreme Council of Hinduism has established the world's largest Hindu university in US, Canada, Slovakia, Switzerland, and France. And the Kailasa is the world's largest and greatest digital Hindu nation with over 1 billion views. You can connect with us on our various platforms on social media, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, and many more. And you can visit kailasa.org, nithyananda.org, nithyanandahinduuniversity.org, Kailasa TV, and Kailasa Nithyananda TV to learn more about the various offerings that you can receive through becoming an e-citizen of Kailasa. And you can, of course, also connect with us on your phone through the Enlightenment app, where you can literally have enlightenment on your phone, have Swamiji continuously with you. So if you would like to sign up for any of these and connect with us through any of these, you are more than welcome to do so. And connect to become an e-citizen of Kailasa by visiting kailasa.org. And all of these offerings from the Supreme Council of Hinduism are to enrich humanity, to guide them through this pralaya, and to bring the super conscious breakthrough for humanity. So if you would like, you can sign up today and avail all of the benefits of becoming an e-citizen of Kailasa. So with this, we will conclude this segment of the program and move into the next segment of the program, which is the offering segment, where you can learn some of the various offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti. Devi has been continuously blessing us, continuously guiding us, literally holding our hand as our mother through this pandemic, through this pralaya, to ensure that we are protected. And if you are just overflowing with gratitude and love for your cosmic mother, you are welcome to stay tuned to the next segment and see how you can offer your love to Devi through the various offerings. So we will be right back after a very quick break and enter into the offering.
I mean by the word e-Kailasa? Listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you, e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge.
Nithyanandam, welcome back to all of the viewers. If you have been with us from the very beginning of the program, thank you so much for staying tuned, and I hope that you've been enjoying this program where to the divine cosmic being, Devi Parashakti. I wish and I hope that each and every one of you are enjoying this experience. And if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, you can always comment down in the comment section in any of the social media platforms that you are tuning in from. And I also would like to share with all of the viewers, if you haven't already, there will be a live special darshan, Bhava Samadhi darshan of Devi Parashakti at 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time on the 20th of August, and that's just not too far away. And I'm so eagerly awaiting the divine darshan of Devi Parashakti. If you have been joining in for the last few weeks during the month of Adivelli, it's been an absolute exquisite spiritual feast, the darshans that each and every week the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is praising as Devi Parashakti in her divine forms. It has just been, I can say, a feast, absolutely fulfilling, not just for the hunger of the stomach, but the hunger of our soul itself, our consciousness itself. And on this auspicious occasion of Varalakshmi Vratam, every year, this is the time that we celebrate the Varalakshmi Vratam. We celebrate Devi Parashakti in the form of Lakshmi in all of her various different forms, giving in abundance. That is the significance of Lakshmi. And this is a perfect time for you to make an offering to Devi Parashakti. Once again, I'd like to reiterate to all of the viewers that there's so much in our lives that Devi Parashakti has given, and especially Kailashians. Devi Parashakti has manifested for the last over 5 months on just continuously giving us, attending to us, taking care. No matter where we are in the world, no matter if we are joining in from Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies, or if we are joining in on our own, just connecting through social media, if we are connecting, Devi Parashakti has made herself available, manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, answering our questions and giving us and granting us our boons, revealing the past, present, and future, guiding us through these extremely intense and strenuous times. And especially for us Kailashians, we know, at least we know, and if I'm talking to any of you Kailashians out there, we know that Devi Parashakti has literally made us feel as if we are inside, we are in the calm of the storm. While so much is going on outside, social upheaval, a global pandemic, lockdown in all fronts, we are safely sitting inside attending Paramashivoham program or attending the Kailasa courtyard sessions. If any of you are tuning in right now and joining us, this is the time that we can offer our gratitude for being a part, for Devi Parashakti manifesting our lives, making herself available and helping us. These offerings are a divine gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. And these might be extremely foreign to you, these concepts. Pure love might be something that you don't believe in, devotion, something you never experienced, and oneness, you can't even relate to it. And you don't ever feel oneness and maybe not even experience what it might be like to experience yourself as one with all of existence. But understand that in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, pure love, devotion, and oneness are the very core fundamentals in a very real experiential way. Nowadays, we don't offer gratitude in our lives for anything, even the smallest of things. We're not able to have that gratitude and appreciation for all things in our life. And we usually deal things with a give and take. In the Guaranteed Solutions book, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored himself and given so many different programs on this very subject of opening gratitude in our lives and going from discontentment to gratitude. He narrates a beautiful story. he says that one day a man was asking God, praying intensely to God, that he would like $10 million. And he said that, I'd like $10 million. Please give me $10 million. If you do this, I promise, I swear that I will offer you in your shrine 20% of the $10 million. And then he said, if you don't believe me, you can take $2 million and I will keep and you can give me the $8 million that's remaining. Understand that our dealings, relationship with the whole universe, with God themselves, is a dealing. It's a negotiation. If you give me this, I'll give you this. And we always like to negotiate with the divine. Even God, when it comes to religion, prayer, and when it comes to the most sacred part of our existence, belief itself, and our religious belief system, it always comes down to a give and take system, a barter system. However, this is not the way that Sanatana Hindu Dharma works. We often lose gratitude in our lives and take for granted everything that we are experiencing. When we just start to feel gratitude and we consciously build gratitude towards the conscious energy, towards the cosmic energy and the existence itself, that's when things start to flower for us. Gratitude ultimately is a way that we reach the ultimate oneness with the divine, the experience of oneness with the divine. There's another beautiful story from the same chapter from Guaranteed Solutions book by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which the Supreme Pontiff has authored and even spoken on and given so many different programs for millions of people across the world. That one day another man